Good morning children. Now I am going to take English for 6th standard now. So in the previous class we saw the supplementary, the name is Owlie. So half of the lesson I took and the story I took that. Now I am going to continue the class. So first we will rewind the story. Okay. Now first what did we saw? We saw the characters with Payal and her mother. So Payal and her mother were fond of all the kinds of creatures. Yeah, like birds, animals like that, and they had dogs, cats in their house. Now one day what happened, this Shifali brought a carton. Carton means a small box. And when Payal's mother opened the box, what did she saw children? She saw a small bird, baby bird, owl. Okay. Then what did he do? She placed the owl in the cage. And what name they gave to the owl? They gave as a Owlie. Okay. So they gave the name. But they had one big problem, that is they are vegetarian. But this owl has to eat non-veg, that is meat. So what did they do? They bought meat for the Owlie. So since it does not know to eat, because it's a baby bird, so it does not know to eat, what did this Payal's mother do? She pushed the meat inside the throat of the Owlie. Suddenly what did she do? She fell on her back and pretended to be dead. That is, pretending that is, it is defending herself against danger. Then that is, it was the first day at home for the Owlie. Then it was a job of the mother to do this. Then she started reading more about the owls and the habits. Now what did Payal do? She took the job of a mother to take care of Owlie. And then what is the nature of the Owlie? That is, in the morning it will be sleeping and in the night time she will be active. So Payal, what should she do when she was active during the night time? She used to cover it. Okay. Now what did they decided? As soon as the Owlie grows bigger, they will make her fly away. Okay. But for that what they have to do? She has to learn to fly. So what did they do? The Owlie had to be in a closed room for that to learn to fly. So till this we saw in the previous class. Now we will continue the story. After much discussion, Owlie's cage was shifted to the library. So in the house they had a library also. Library means many books in the room. So they shifted now they shifted to the library. What did they shift? They shifted the Owlie's cage. It was a lovely room with 2 doors, because that library had how many doors? 2 doors. One which led to the rest of the house and the other that opened into the garden. So one opens to the garden and the other to the rest of the house. It was also Payal's favorite room. That library is a favorite room of Payal's. It had tall bookshelves and she spent hours there reading all kinds of books. So in that she had many kinds of books in the shelf and she used to spend her time there reading all kinds of books. The bookshelves also had lots of little knickknacks. Knickknack means household objects. Okay, what is knickknacks? Household objects also inside the library room. Her mother loved pretty things. Okay, she used to love that pretty things, aragana things alla unga ammakku pidikum. So she displayed them here along with the books. So along with the books, she kept this knickknacks also. So there were beautiful pieces of pottery. What is pottery? That is made by the clay. Okay, things made by the clay is called as a pottery. Then dolls, different types of dolls wherever they had traveled. So when they were used to go to other places, they used to buy this pottery types dolls there, and of course wooden and clay animals and birds from all around the world. So they used to buy even the wooden and clay animals and birds from all around the world. And where did she keep? She keeps in the library along with the books. Once Owlie was moved to the library. Strict rules were laid down for everyone in the house. As soon as Owlie was shifted to the library, strict rules were laid down for everyone in the house. The 2 doors were never to be left open. So they had 2 doors in the library. So those 2 doors should be closed. Not at night, not in the day. Now every night Payal would leave the cage door open. So since the 2 doors are closed, she used to leave the cage door open and put a plate of mincemeat, that is chopped meat, on top of the cage. So you used to put the mincemeat on the top of the cage every night, and she used to open the cage door. This was so that when Owlie flew out of her cage, she could also learn to find her food. So the food was there. So at the night time, what did the Owlie do? She would come out, that is flew out of the cage to find her food. Initially, Payal would shut the cage door every morning when she popped in to say hello to Owlie before going to school. So before going to school, what did Payal do? She would shut the cage door every morning, and when she made a sound to say hello to whom? To Owlie before going to school. She would always found Owlie on a perch inside the cage, that is on the rod, that is sitting on the rod. Always she used to see inside the cage. Though the cage door was still open, she used to sit inside on her perch inside the cage. But Payal knew Owlie was flying because she found bits of meat all over the room. That is, at the night time, it would flew out of the cage and eat the meat. So at what time what happened? The meat was all over the room. So as we can understand that she used to flew all over the room. After some time, Payal stopped shutting the cage door even during the day. So only in the night time she used to cover the or shut the door of the cage. But sometime Payal stopped shutting the cage door even during the day also. Okay, even during the day also she used to open the cage. After all, people seldom went into that room all day. So because why she used to open means all the people, that is pilots, whether it is mother, what they used to do, they will go inside the room. And Owlie was always asleep. So there seemed little point. So always she used to sleep because it's a small baby bird. She used to sleep all the time. Every day when Payal came back from school, the first thing she did was to peep into the library. So as soon as she comes from the school, what did she used to do first? She used to peep. Peep means seeing inside. Okay, seeing inside the library room what Owlie was doing. Usually she would find Owlie fast asleep on her perch. So on the rod itself, on the perch, she used to find asleep daily. But today it was different. So daily she used to see the library room. There she used to see the Owlie inside the cage, fell asleep. But today it was different. The cage was empty. So the Owlie was not there. The cage was empty. And there was no sign of Owlie. She could not find Owlie anywhere. Then the door to the garden was open. So what happened? The door, actually two doors I said in the library. Yes, yeah. So the two doors, in that one door was open to the garden. Mom, Payal howled. She started shouting. Who left the garden door open? Who opened the garden door? How will we find Owlie now? So nama eppadi kandupidikiradhu ipo Owlie appadina she started shouting. Don't panic, said mom. Bayapadada, don't panic. She must be somewhere around. Ninga da engayavadhu சுத்திட்டு it will be flying here only அப்படின்னு. They shut the garden door, that is they closed the garden door and looked every corner of the room. So she shut the door of the garden and they started searching for the every corner of the room. Behind doors, on top of the tall bookshelves, in every nook and corner, but Owlie, they could not find Owlie. So no Owlie. Tears ran down Payal's cheeks. Tears means aludhu kannilende thanni varudhu. So tears started going. They had wanted Owlie to fly away, but not so soon. So what they decided first, she grows bigger only to make her fly away, but not so soon. She was still so small. Since it's a small bird, she don't know how to fly also. So how would she hunt for a food? So appadi adha poi saapadu saapidum avukku eppadi food kedaikum appdinu. What if a kite or eagle swooped down on her? The other bird like kite or eagle, if they attack on her, what she will do? Finally mom said, well, now Owlie has gone. So it has flown away. We may as well leave the doors open and air the room. So now we can open the doors because it wasn't closed all the days. Now they are opening the doors now. Wiping her tears, அப்படியே கண்ணெல்லாம் தடிச்சிட்டு Payal threw open the doors to the room. She hoped secretly that Owlie would come in if the doors were kept open. So what should she think? If the doors are open, Owlie may come at any time. Mom left the room to go do her afternoon errand. So mom left the room now and she started going to do the afternoon work. When she came back a couple of hours later, so after a couple of hours means some hours later, Payal was sitting gazing mournfully at Owlie's cage. So sitting, gazing na the path it is, silent, mournfully means silent. So sitting at that saying that silently at the Owlie's cage. Why don't you find yourself a good book to read? Mom asked. To change her mind, what did mom say to her? Why can't you go and read any book? So that she knew that reading a book was the only way Payal would cheer up. Okay, so what it said? Payal's mother knew if to change her mind, she has to read any book to cheer up. When Payal was sad, she always read OK sign Payal and started looking for a book she had not read. So she always read OK, and what did she do? She started looking for any book to read. She noticed a curio on a shelf. So when she was searching the book, what happened in curio? That is, unusual thing was found on the shelf. Curio means unusual, because nothing would be in the shelf. Now she saw some unusual thing that she had never noticed before. Hello, where did this one come from? She wondered. Where did her mother get the owl from? She was about to pick it up, and when the curio opened one eye, it was Owlie pretending to be a curio. So it was nothing but Owlie was there, fell on her back, pretending. She opened one eye. So it picked it up when the curio opened one eye. What did she saw? It was an Owlie pretending to be a curio. That is unusual thing. Then mom bawled Payal, that is called lovely, she's back. Don't you ever give me a fright like that again. So what she said, she scolded the owl. She started shouting at the owl as she put her back in the cage. So what did she do? Again she put the Owlie in the cage. Payal swore later that Owlie winked back at her. So Payal swore na promise that she closed and opened the eyes quickly. And she probably did. So, pretend danger what she will do that Owlie? She will fell on her back and pretend to be dead because some danger is coming to her. So, she used to do like that. So, and they were very happy of getting back the Owlie again. So, this is the story of an Owlie. I think children you have understood well. Now, we will see the page number 106, those who have the book. Now, that is, identify the character or speaker. Identify the character or speaker. That is, first one is Owlie is gone. Who is the speaker? Who said these words, children? Who said this? Payal to mom. Payal said to mom. Then next, she opened one eye and then the other. She opened one eye and then the other. Who said? The author said. The other. The author. Then, don't panic. Who said? Payapadadan solraliya panic. That is mom to Payal. So, who is the character or speaker here? Owlie is gone. Payal to mom. She opened one eye and then the other. So, who said this? The author. Don't panic. Who is the speaker here? Mom to Payal. Then next is the choose the correct answer. So, first one is the owlet, that is small baby bird. Owl was, that is options are given, brown and grey or white and grey. So what is the color of this owlet, children? Already I said that its color is brown and grey. Then next is the in Payal's family, they were all dash. Option is non-vegetarian or vegetarian. So what did the answer, children? What did I say? They were all vegetarian. Then next is the cage was shifted to the, so the option is library or living room, that is to the hall. So what is the answer, children? Library, right? So first is the owlet was what color? Brown and grey. So what is the color of the owlet? Brown and grey. In Payal's family, they were all vegetarian. That is, who eats only vegetables. They are called as the vegetarian. Next, the cage was shifted to the, so what is the answer? Library. Okay, children. So these are the, choose the correct answer. So with this, we'll finish the lesson, children. So in the next class, we'll see the next lesson. Okay. Thank you, children.